What is it to wish to hope? Why hope? Why wish? The notion is quite lovely. It truly inspires something, a spark, a jolt, a nudge, to think of what can be. But what is to hope and wish if you don't believe enough in it to act? Without action, that wishful thinking is just that, a wish with a dash of hope. I've caught myself in this. I wish this and I hope for that, and we can wish and hope all the way to our grave. But part of that is being a dreamer. But how do you make a dream a reality? You write it down as a goal and you take action. So keep wishing, keep hoping, keep dreaming, but please do something about it. What is your greatest hope and how can you make it reality?
Now that I know that I'm out of this world, out of this earth, niggas can talk but ain't talking to me. I worked so hard that I took me a nap on this bed and I woke up like, look, I'm a star. I put no sweat in this is my element. Straight to the plane, to the car, to the stool, to the house, to the boat. Ooh, damn. Niggas don't know the truth.
Hoping, wishing, acting. So how do you stay true to yourself as a creator? Do what speaks to your heart. So living through love is about being authentic, and that's a buzzword. Authenticity has had its heyday of being thrown around, but the truth is that if we're our most authentic self, we're the truest expression of ourselves, and we're truly acting from love. So over the past couple of years, there's been a lot of history made, right? We've had a global pandemic. We've had an uprising toward how racism is still apparent in this world and the action that went behind that. We've had Kobe Bryant passing. We've had just a series of cultural events. Currently, we've got countries at war with each other. We've had a presidential election and a transfer of power. It's been a volatile couple of years. And how do you stay true to you, your message, the impact you want to create and share with the world? And I can only speak for myself and how I do it. So I'm going to come to you from that lens. And to me, it's just important to share and create and speak into what moves me, what makes my heart, skip a beat, and what really drives me to getting behind something. And I will preface that with, you don't have to jump behind everything. You don't have to voice everything that's going on. You don't need to post a social media post about everything that's happening at any given moment. Currently, I've had a few conversations with people specifically about what's going on with Ukraine and Russia, feeling like I can't share anything or I can't post anything if it's not about what's going on over there. And if you don't post something about that, doesn't mean you don't care. Doesn't mean you're not current with what's going on. It doesn't mean you don't have compassion and empathy for these people. But it's really hard. I found this as a creator. It's like you start questioning everything. You start questioning, what should I create something to speak into X event? Should I make a piece of content that amplifies something that maybe someone can share, that can maybe raise some funds, that can maybe create an impact, that can, a whole lot of maybes, right? And then later, looking back at, is it a shoulda, coulda, woulda? Should I have done it? Could I have done it? Would I have done it? It weighs heavy, right? And then we're also worried about how people think about us. Oh, this guy's not caring about this because he's not sharing about this, or this girl's not caring about this because she hasn't put a new TikTok up about it. When it came to Kobe Bryant, I've been a fan since day one. So naturally when he passed, he's such a fabric of LA, and I'm born and raised here and I've been a Laker fan my whole life. That's how I had to pay tribute to that loss. That is something that affected me. That was near and dear to my heart. And I wanted to give back to this city and the world with his legacy the way I do it. When the pandemic hit, the conversations that were being had, this was a human problem. This was an every single person problem, not just me, not just you, not just the US, not just Italy, you know? So if I could inspire someone to feel good about wearing a mask, I went and created art around that. I made masks with my art on it because to me, I felt like that was a way to impact the world. That was a way to move the needle positively forward and do something that felt right and felt authentic and felt like I needed to do. Just like some of my other murals, you can't quarantine love. Love is standing 6 feet apart. And togetherness, another mural we did with a group of people. It was just about staying together. It was just about realizing that, hey, if we come from love, we're going to do the right thing, regardless of what that is. If your heart and your feet are standing in love, you're going to be okay. This George Floyd incident that happened, like this is history. This is something this country will never forget. The world should never forget. It was an atrocity. And you saw the impact that it created across the country. This was something that, rattled me to my core for a variety of reasons. One is like, why is there still racism? To even think that if there wasn't racism, but here it is. No, it's still around. It exists. And, my wife's Black. My son is half Black. I had people tell me like, why are you showing work toward this cause? And I'm like, well, look at my family. I'm brown, but we're all American. We're all part of this. And at the end of the day, we're all humans. So taking that all aside is why do I stand up for this? Because I'm a human being and every single person on this planet is a human being. It doesn't matter our race, our creed, or religion, or anything. We come from love. And again, we're all humans. So these are things that I stand for, authentically feel like I need to create, speak into, and make an impact. This piece behind me, actually, I painted originally in 2018. There's a black arm and a white arm. If you notice, a lot of my work is done on a black background or a white background. Those were just subtle nods to racism and the divide. And I put love on top of it in all the colors. Why? Because we love in different colors. We love in different styles. We love different people, different things, different flavors. By cooking, by singing, by dancing, by hugging, by holding, men, women, doesn't matter. We just love. And that's part of being human. So again, we're just speaking into this. So how do I stay sharing this message and staying true to myself and not just jumping on things to make news or to chase clout, to go viral? That's just not where I'm coming from. I don't think it's an authentic, true expression of my creativity and what I'm trying to apply it to. But I see that apparent and I see it all over where people, may lose themselves going down one path or the other and don't really realize that maybe it doesn't fit them or you as a creator, and you get stuck. And you're like, wait, what do I do next? Nothing's happening right now. Continue to do you. And if it applies to current events, run. Go toward it if that makes you feel like you need to do that. For that reason, though. So what is hope? What is to dream? What is to wish? As a kid, we were dreamers. We were wishing to be Superman, to be Wonder Woman, to be whatever, right? And dreaming of being an astronaut or an athlete. And there's nothing wrong with that. But without action, true action, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes will never come true, unfortunately. And if we're running towards something, just hoping that it's going to help us get somewhere, but not so much in our true calling, we're still going to end up being stuck. We're going to still end up being hopeful, and we're going to still be wishing or dreaming of getting to wherever we're trying to get to. But if you're doing it authentically, with your mission, with the things that make you vibrate and dance, then you're moving down the right path. And now you're taking actual action, of authentic action, to move you from hoping and wishing and dreaming to creating reality. So what happens when I'm asked or suggested to do something? You know, for example, when Nipsey Hussle passed, he was a great figure in LA. You know, he did some great work. He was a rapper, he was a musician, but like I didn't have a connection to him. I didn't have the same feeling I had with Kobe. So I never painted a Nipsey Hussle mural. Not because he meant any less to anyone or wasn't as important. It just wasn't authentic to me. If I would have painted a mural for Nipsey, it would only have been to paint a mural for Nipsey so someone could see it and I could get some likes and maybe get some more clout. But that's not why I'm doing this. So I didn't do that. You know, there are times where people ask me to, you know, there was this time I was asked to do something for Armenia and the Armenian genocide and speaking into that. I have a lot of Armenian friends and I've learned a lot about that history because of what has happened and through their eyes and through their lens. And I supported in how I was supporting, but because I didn't do something specifically in the way that that person asked, they basically unfollowed me and said, you're doing it for this and doing it for this and doing it for this, but you're not doing it for me here. But I'm like, that, not that that's a lesser cause, but I don't, and it's hard to talk about this, but like, I don't have skin in that game in the same sense of how I had it for X, Y, and Z. For example, if there was a Colombian genocide and I'm hitting everyone up to, hey, you got to go do something for Colombia, am I going to unfollow you if you don't do anything? Or if you say no? No, that's your prerogative and your mission, and it's okay. We don't have to run at everything because we're asked to, you know? And right now with what's happening in Ukraine and Russia, I mean, it is an atrocity. We're in a better place now than we were hundreds of years ago as human beings. We live longer, we live healthier, we live more comfortably, especially here in America where we live. Look back many, many years. I mean, what was the average lifespan? You could get shot by an arrow. People just kill you to kill you. But this is happening, and people are trying to take over people's countries for their agenda. Everyone's got their agenda. They think they're not doing anything wrong. The rest of the world thinks they are doing something wrong. You know, and you could have compassion and you can show love and you can show support and do all the things. But questioning a social media post, if I don't post about Ukraine, does that mean I'm insensitive or I don't care? If I don't paint something for Ukraine as a creator, does that mean I'm insensitive or I don't care? You know, maybe when this all ends, we can rally up a group of artists and go down to Ukraine and paint some murals. Now, that's an impact that I would love to be a part of. But just putting a post up on social media or Insta story, that to me is not going to affect the change that I think they need over there. And continuing to spread love and share this mission one by one, person by person, I think that's what's going to change the world. And I can actually control a single person I can have a conversation with than trying to shift countries. So saying no, I mean, talk about an act of self-love. It's okay to say no. And it doesn't mean you're not doing anything. You know, it's not about inaction or non-action or being complacent. It's about doing what's true to you and how you can actually make a real impact. Because if you're okay, you can then vibrate that around and other people are going to realize like it's okay. And I don't mean saying no, like I'm not going to vote because my vote doesn't matter. That's not what we're talking about here. It's much deeper than that. It's really thinking about saying hell yes to the things that really matter to you, because you can make a greater impact on this planet when it's a hell yes, not because it's the cool, trendy, viral thing to do. That's fluff. That's fake. That's inauthentic. Think back at how many times you've done something because you thought it would have been a cool outcome or you wanted to be seen, and the expectation after the fact, you may not have felt that good, or you're like, I did that. Nothing happened. Now think at a time that you're like, did something that was a resounding hell yes. And you still to this day are like, that was awesome. That was the greatest thing ever. No other agenda other than like you felt like a hell yes. So just remember to stay focused on your hopes and your wishes and your dreams. And if you're doing it from a place of love and gratitude and kindness and compassion and empathy, you're doing the right thing to move forward in everything that you're doing. But the worst thing you could do is just show up to a rally because you're another body and they need a body in the crowd, and you can say, hey, I was a body in that crowd. But what did that really do? So lastly, if you passed on doing something that just didn't resonate with you, you can still hold space for the person that's doing something for it. You can still support them. You can share it to other people that may care. Connect them to other people that may care and may want to do that and move it forward. And again, I'm talking about caring like it really is a hell yes for them, right? It's something that's like, okay, you need someone that's going to go and plow the field with you. You don't just need bodies standing next to you. You need someone that's going to take action, that they're going to sprint, they're going to spot you, and they're going to go forward. And you know, what I'll do is connect you to that person. Living through love is about being true to you, being true to the cause, being true to everything. It helps no one to show up inauthentically, to show up being fake, and just being there. You'll know. Even if they don't know, you'll know. So just be you.